All right, so welcome all to a live episode, Wristcheck podcast. We got the whole crew in here tonight. We have a Wristcheck pod alum, my man Trevor. You might have seen him on the show. What episode number was that again? Do you remember what number you were?
Yeah, it was 69.
Oh, respect.
Yeah.
Respect. So obviously, a lot has happened today. We got some releases to talk about. I know some people are interested in our opinions. Those of you in the chat who have opinions, please feel free to share as we move along. But before we get into anything, obviously we have to have our honorary wrist check.
Yes.
As is tradition. Rashawn, I'll let you take it away. What you got on the wrist tonight, my man?
So I am repeating a watch, oldie but goodie, the Tudor FXD.
Respect, you got a new strap on there.
Put a new strap on it. Gave it a little New York City twist with the blue, the white, and the orange. You know, I'm rocking my Mets. Shout out to all the Mets fans. So I wanted to freshen this watch up, and I actually enjoyed a few of the pieces that was released from Tudor. So I wanted to represent a bit.
Respect. Trevor, what do you got on tonight?
Today I'm wearing my Seiko Captain Willard, circa 1985, 1984. You know that I love dive watches. Dive watches are kind of my aesthetic, and it's a beautiful dive watch, and the case shape is unique. It's a little strange when you first see it, but once you see it, you're kind of smitten with it, and I love the Captain Willard, so that's what I'm rocking.
Respect. I know you got something new, but we won't share that tonight. We're gonna let that settle in.
Yeah, don't.
Congratulations on that, and we'll have to come back on a live again for you to share this other special piece. Ben, what are you rocking in the water? The Daytona.
Oh, wow.
Respect. You got to unmute if you're talking.
I wasn't talking. I was just flexing.
Okay, there we go. I'm rocking a new watch. For those of you who follow me on the gram, you might have seen it. I'm wearing the Perpetual 5140R.
Woo!
Can't take this thing off. I love it.
Big boy.
That'll do.
Big boy. I think I might be done, fellas. I think I'm good. I think I got my forever piece. All right.
For right now. Your forever piece for right now.
So first things first, I want to get into, we shared, the three of us shared our selections for some of our favorites. So I wanted to get into that first and why you chose what you chose. Ben, let's start with you, actually.
So the Cartier Tour 2, iconic. It's about time they bring something back with that line, especially with all the hype around Cartier the last 3, 4, even 5 years maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I just think seeing the complicated Tour 2 and more complicated watches from them, from CPCP, everything's just been time only, pretty simple callbacks to the past.
Yeah.
So seeing something with a complication come out in such an attractive, sexy look with that Tour 2 Monopusher chrono is just it's about time.
You going for the platinum or the gold?
The gold, always the gold. I just wish they didn't do it in CPCP because now nobody's gonna get it.
Yeah, and I think there's only 200 units.
So that's my one beef. But aside from that, I think it's the best looking watch from the big brands that presented today.
So let me ask you too, because I was talking to someone earlier today, and if memory serves me correct, this was a piece, the original, that Francois Paul Journe worked on during his time there at Cartier, right?
Yeah, he developed the movement for it.
Yeah, but they have a new in-house movement for this new one that they're using.
And even though this piece is CPCP, now at least, you can still get it. If you were an established Cartier client getting CPCP stuff already, within the last decade, you could have gotten that watch if you asked for it. But a lot of people never asked for one because they didn't know any better.
That means you might have to call Derek Mon.
I know someone who has one in platinum with a blue dial. I'll send the photo later on so we could maybe post it on the story. But he sent it to me and he was like, "Yo, I've been had this shit. It's just old news."
That's crazy. Rashawn, what was your choice again? You chose the IWC, the Eternal.
Yes, so I chose the Eternal Calendar. I know Ben has had
some choice words.
Watch. And to be honest, I understand where he's coming from because, of course, you know, they say that the moon phase is the most accurate and is accurate
45 million years.
Exactly. But I mean, nobody's gonna be around when that watch is not correct.
The Earth might not even be here.
I like
it's like
I like the fact that it takes into account 400 years, so it's like it can account for the leap years for the next 400 years, which is really, really cool. I like the design too, and the idea.
I thought the watch looked great.
Yo, that dial with that floating crystal slaps.
It's amazing.
It's fire.
The minute track being on like the outer of like the dot, like the crystal itself is sick.
IWC X HYT collab.
it does channel a little bit of HYT in there. But the coolest thing about the watch as well is that IWC is known for perpetual calendars.
Yeah.
So they went all out with this one, and then
on
especially
the Portugueser,
on the Portugueser. So the Portugueser was their big push this year, which I found to be very, very interesting because amongst most of the brands that we'll talk about, they kind of did the same stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So IWC definitely brought a different twist to, you know, all of the watches that were at least released today.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was good, man. That was actually one of my favorites. We talked about it this morning when I called you. I was actually really, really excited to see that timepiece. My beef, though, you know, outside of like the weird 45 million year flex, is the price tag. That watch is 150 grand.
It's a Lunka platinum.
It is, but come on, that's dude. Good luck getting that off. Hell of a piece, though.
Yeah.
My selection was the Laurent Ferrier Classic Moon, particularly what they're calling the silver, which is the red gold version. Mm-hmm. I just thought it was a clean watch, man. I mean, I'm feeling like calendar watches these days for obvious reasons, but this is one of their pieces that I actually really, really enjoy. The case design. This was a case design that actually won them the GPHG award. That classic design. It's a manual wound movement, which I think is great for them because amongst collectors, there's been some word about like, you know, issues with the micro rotor movement that they do. I thought the moon phase was a really nice touch, and I didn't realize it's the first time that they actually incorporated a moon phase in one of their watches, and it has like this really nice aventurine glass that the moons go into when you're in that part of the cycle when the moon dips. And then you have the daily, you got a daily pointer going around, and then you got your month and your day indicators right there too, just above the logo. But I thought this thing was clean, man. I mean, 80-hour power reserve.
Yeah.
You know, nuts. It's a 40 millimeter watch. Wears really thin. It's only like 6.3 millimeters thick. Just a really, really clean piece. And I'm a big fan of Laurent Ferrier. We talk about them fairly often enough on the show. And I thought this was a really nice sort of like way for them to, you know, come back into the conversation of watches and wonders. Last year, they did that forest green piece, I think in steel, and one in yellow gold with a micro rotor, which we haven't seen in person yet. They released a couple of sports models throughout the year, but I like it when they get in sort of like their dress watch bag, and with the case profile in this piece, you know, making it a more serious complication. I thought it was a really, really good look for them.
Yeah, and actually, I think your choice actually won the poll. I think we.
Oh, did it? I didn't even check.
I think so. I mean, everybody kind of loved that piece, and even in the comments, everybody's going crazy for that watch. So I think it was a really, really good choice.
I thought all three choices got a lot of love. Trevor, we didn't get to incorporate you that early on. we kind of caught up later in the day. But what was your choice?
Yeah, my choice is the Tudor Black Bay 58 GMT, which for anyone who either listens to, Wristcheck and heard me on Wristcheck or listens to my podcast, you would know I love Tudor. I think that the Tudor GMT 58 is just a game changer because for so long, people, including me, complained about the thickness and the size of the Black Bay GMT when it was in the 41. It's a really thick watch. It's like a chunky wear. So bringing it into the 58 model line, I think is just a game changer. And it would have been on my short list, but for the unspoken watch. So that watch is amazing. I think it's beautiful. I think Tudor continues to set the scene for watches that are both somewhat reasonably priced and beautiful. They play into a lot of the old aesthetic, which is always a good choice. So that's my pick.
That's a good choice. So let's get into Tudor since we're talking about it. It's interesting because I feel like now for the last couple of years, Watches and Wonders, Tudor, they've consistently have a very strong presentation.
Yeah.
And, there's a couple of other brands that are independent brands that are coming out and they're trying to release product. And Tudor, I feel like, makes the marketplace very challenging for a lot of brands because given their price point, right, for their most popular models, they occupy a space where if you're trying to compete with a sports watch or a tool watch and you're like creeping up on that $3,000 space, naturally, I think most collectors or enthusiasts are going to think, man, for a few $100 more, I could get a Black Bay. I can get a Pelagos. I can get this. I can get that. And just consistently giving us a lot of value for the dollar. So they had a number of releases today. You got a new series of Black Bay 41s, right? That, like, to me, just in that like monochrome kind of aesthetic, just spells like Tudor sub. It just, I know, I see you smiling, Trevor. I know you like that.
It's a Submariner with a Tudor name on it. Yeah.
And they put it on a Jubilee bracelet, which some people actually, I've seen people put like Rolex Submariners on like Jubilee bracelets, and it doesn't look too bad. And I like how Tudor actually decided to do that with the new Black Bay line, as well as diving more into the master chronometers. So of course these pieces are master chronometer certified, which is really, really cool as well.
Yeah. So what's interesting is, again, just going back to your point with the Jubilee, consistently giving you value, right? Like, not only do you have the option of the Jubilee, you have the option of like their version of like an oyster bracelet, and then you can also do the strap. Right. Yeah. So off bat, you've got 3 variants on how to wear this timepiece. So it's like super versatile. Next, the piece that you loved, which I think I know I love. I wasn't crazy about the colors.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you guys thought. Especially, I also wasn't expecting to get a Coke this year from Tudor.
I think what's fascinating, I'll jump in just because it was my pick.
Please.
I think what's fascinating is everyone was expecting the Rolex GMT Master 2 to come out with the Coke, which we'll get to. They didn't. Surprise. So it's kind of a nice little nod from Tudor being like, okay, well, if Rolex isn't going to do the Coke, we are, but we're going to do it in a version that's a new release with the 58. But I think the colors really work. I mean, the gilt is a little bit, I don't know how you say it, maybe a little flashy. Maybe I wish it wasn't gilt. But I think it's a beautiful watch. And to your point, Perry, being able to get it on an oyster type bracelet, Jubilee type bracelet, or rubber, that's pretty sick. I mean, I'm not familiar with the GMT Master 2 coming on rubber, so it gives you a lot of different options to dress up the watch or dress it down.
It's funny with the gilt colorway too. And someone brought this up. I was talking to them earlier. They were like, "Yo, it kind of looks like a 6542." Like, because on those old like Bakelite bezels, the blue would almost turn black after a while, and then the red is like a little more burgundy than red.
So I was going to say with that watch, the gilt throws me off on that watch. and Coin Man, the bungalow, shout out to the bungalow, he was like, yo, that just looks like their root beer. Like in some
It does, yeah.
Wonders, I was like, that's the same watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it does. Especially, I definitely want to see this in person. Rashawn and I will actually be in Geneva in a couple of days, so we'll get to like handle it and see it in person. But I did think that too. I was like, kind of looks like a root beer in some photographs. Someone said 6542, but I think overall, like colors aside, to your point, Trevor, I think this is a really great move for Tudor to offer the GMT in the Black Bay 58 profile. That the Black Bay 58 is beloved. I know like serious Rolex collectors that look at this watch and just say, "Hey, man, this is a great watch. It says Tudor. Cool. Be cooler if it said Rolex, but all the same, Tudor makes great watches." What I did think too, which was interesting, and I'm thinking maybe let's get into this first, and then we'll go to the elephant in the room. But the Claire de Rose, did you guys see this?
Yes.
So this, and it had this like guilloche dial, a nice watch.
Really nice watch.
It's a nice watch. I think it's going to do great at authorized dealers.
Yeah.
Particularly with women. A little Cartier inspiration.
Very, very Cartier inspiration, but Tudor, the funny thing about Tudor, of course, we know that they had just entered the U.S. market a little bit under a decade. And when they entered the U.S. market, they didn't bring over their glamour line. So the, of course, is like very similar to what we see here in the Claire de Rose. So I wasn't surprised that they kind of like did this. I think what they're trying to do is reach at that Cartier client, because at the same time, women don't really have many options when it comes to like, I think when it comes to women's watches, most of the brands, they either go all the way feminine or it's just like too masculine and like can be a shared watch. So like this one here kind of checks all the boxes for women. Is very dainty, but of course it being steel and having the diamonds and then that blue and beautiful like kind of pattern dial, it makes it very, very inclusive.
Price point is a layup for them too.
Yeah.
I mean, they start at $2,500. The most expensive one is the 34 millimeter with the diamond set. That's $3,300.
Very approachable.
Really, really smart. All right, the elephant in the room. We got a solid gold Black Bay 58 on bracelet.
Fire.
Thoughts? Okay, you coming out the gate swinging.
Fire.
It's a beautiful watch, but let's not kid ourselves. At $32,000 retail, who's buying that? I'm really being serious. Like, you'd have to have a collection worth dollars, I think, to pay that much for a Tudor Black Bay 58. Seriously, and I understand it's gold. I understand the price of gold. I understand how much gold is an ounce, but that's an insane number.
We know one person who's buying that watch actually. His name is Frank.
Yeah, I was just.
That's exactly.
Yes, because he definitely has the gold. He does have the gold on the strap.
He's gonna upgrade it for sure. He's gonna get it on bracelet.
Yeah, he's gonna get it on bracelet. So shout out to Fremstar because he'll definitely have one.
I spoke to him today too. He's in Geneva right now. He was upset because he's like, man, I wanted to tune in, but it's like 3 a.m. or something over there right now, so I'll have to tune in tomorrow and catch us. But no, I was definitely thinking. I mean, also like he runs around with the Kermit the Frog motif, like he's all over anything green dial. Like he's definitely gonna cop this
for sure.
But still surprised. Like this is not a piece, even on strap that we've seen a lot of, in the wild. It's also one that we know kind of sits in the case at Tudor boutiques. It's not flying out, which granted, sure, solid gold watch, you wouldn't expect it to fly out. But I am curious, what they thought and who they were thinking of, by going back and adding a bracelet to us and thinking that like, okay, yeah, this is something that like people were asking for. I don't know anyone asking for this.
I don't think it's a watch that people ask for. I think it's more of one of those watches that will be offered at the right time for the right person. Like, it's not something that is to sit in the case. Of course, like we know you want to romance and do the whole song and dance, but I think that it's not.
So what you mean is for the guy that wants the gold Le Mans, he's gonna pick up the all gold Tudor Black Bay 58 to keep it company and his AD happy. Gotcha.
I'm pretty
sure. Someone comes in and says, "Yo, what you got that's crazy in the back?"
Yeah,
bring that out. You bust that out, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" However, if someone asks for that watch, they buying it.
Yes.
Yeah, if you ask for this, well, I would go in and just to see it. I want
the first few weeks. Yeah, people would just be.
If you go into an AD and ask somebody to see that watch just because you want to see it, they gonna go in the back freaking out. Yo, we got him. We got one.
Let's I want to give some shout outs to some people in the chat. Shout out to Peter Rosenblum. Thanks for showing up, Ben. Orango says you're a legend. We got Matthew Gerard in the house. My man Carlos Compass Timepieces is in the house. Shout out to Ray Roberts, Jazz Love Chronos. A lot of bungalow people.
Yes.
I mean, Ife was in the house. Shout out to Ife. Wriston Co. We see you. Ben, he says you got him really excited. Ben in the pool is crazy. All right, so let's obviously we got to talk about Rolex.
Yes.
So we got a new GMT. Not a Coke bezel like everyone thought.
Yeah. Well, they did drop a Coke bezel.
We can get to that.
We're gonna say,
but
that
you're gonna have a lot of questions. But no Coke ceramic bezel like we thought. As a matter of fact, I think to me the biggest surprise was that they didn't discontinue any GMTs.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of GMTs in the lineup right now. We got this new one that they're calling the Bruce Wayne or the Ghost. When I heard someone say Ghost, I was like, oh, I kind of want to call it the James St. Patrick.
There you go.
Shout out to anyone in the chat right now.
I want to call it the Dark Knight GMT.
The Dark Knight?
Yeah. But Batman's black and blue like the OG Batman costume. This joint's black and gray like the Dark Knight Batman.
That's it. So what do we call that same model on solid gold and two-tone? Because it's essentially it's the same bezel.
Oh, that's the Michael Keaton Batman costume.
Okay, gotcha. It's the billionaire GMT. Gotcha.
The billionaire GMT.
What were your initial thoughts when you saw this, though? Do you like it? Were you disappointed?
Very disappointed.
Yeah.
Very disappointed. What would have been smarter is they should have just ghosted the whole bezel, just made the whole bezel gray.
That'd have been fire.
I think. Ooh, been cooler.
On steel
would have been tough.
Crazy. I'm not even mad at that.
I'm gonna be honest. We were fooling ourselves thinking the Coke GMT was coming out though, because they dropped a two-tone with this black and gray bezel last year. Why would we think they wouldn't give us a steel one?
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Exactly.
We were all caught up in the hype and the love of the old school Coke bezel, and it was like, yo, the evidence is in front of our face.
Yeah.
I think what's fascinating about it is that it is very reminiscent, of course, of the original GMT Master 2 that came out in the ceramic with the all black.
Right.
But to see it on the Jubilee, it looks really nice on the Jubilee. I like that now you can get all the GMTs on a Jubilee. I believe all of them, because for a while, as we know, Oyster was the only option. I think on paper it looks a little boring, right? But I would wear one, and I think they're going to be very popular.
I think you're right. It's not a bad watch. I think though, like the last couple of watches and wonders, Rolex really surprised us by like doing a lot of stuff that was just kind of like unorthodox for them. And I think perhaps we got used to them doing that, and now they're kind of pulling it back a little bit. I'll tell you what I was really surprised about. I was surprised to see the Le Mans Daytona get discontinued so quickly.
Yeah.
Because when you consider it too, it hasn't even been out a year.
It hasn't, but on that point, I think because it was, at least my take on it is, since it was a 100th year anniversary of the race, it kind of is fitting that they discontinued it, because if it's a celebration watch for celebrating an anniversary that was, 1 year of an anniversary, perhaps it's fitting that you discontinue it after that is over.
Well, I thought that was the initial case too, and then apparently they issued a solid gold version.
Is that real?
It is. So at first I thought it was fake because there are some accounts that are known for showing like some doctored stuff that we saw first. But shout out to Justin Haas, who I think was one of the first people to get inside the Rolex booth over at Watches and Wonders and got like a full-length video shot of all the off-catalog Daytonas. And in the case was a solid gold Paul Newman dial Le Mans Red 100 Daytona.
I mean, if you can't even get a Le Mans Daytona and they're trading for 5x, what is that going to be? 20x?
Yeah, I don't know. I think things are going to get interesting. So now, it begs the question, like, are we going to get the Le Mans Daytona in every metal?
Ben Clymer again?
I don't know if Ben's going for the yellow gold. But let me tell you what.
If I was him and if I was anyone who already owned a white gold Le Mans and they drop a yellow gold one and then a rose gold one and then a platinum one, you got to get them all.
You got to get them all.
It don't matter if you got to pay secondary. You got to get them all.
I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat real quick, and I'm gonna say that your train of thought, Ben, is actually correct. They're gonna release every iteration, and I'm gonna make a prediction. They will release a steel version. It'll be Panda.
Wait, how does that square up with the fact that it was discontinued, though?
What do you mean?
My understanding is the watch was discontinued.
White gold version.
Yellow gold in.
Yeah, just white gold.
White gold out, yellow gold in. Now remember, that watch wasn't released at Watches and Wonders last year. That watch was released around the time of the race. I want to say it was like it was the summer.
Yeah,
it was like sometime around May or June.
It was in the summer when they had the 100th running of the Le Mans.
Yeah. So this hasn't even been out a full year, and they discontinued it, which I think is cool.
I thought there were talks about doing a white dial.
So there was, and that's what's kind of leading me to this frame of thought. So now you gave us the black, white, gold. Maybe you do yellow, Ever Rose, platinum, and if I'm Rolex, I would do steel last, and maybe that one is the white dial. And if they do that, people are going to lose their shit collectively. That'll drive people nuts. A $15,000-$16,000 Le Mans Daytona, crazy.
I almost wouldn't do that. I feel like it would the value on the gold ones.
But if when you look at it now, right, they have the white gold, they have the yellow gold. I'm willing to bet they're going to make this a set. They're going to do each metal.
Or they just leave it in those two metals because they're the only ones that had exotic dials in the 70s.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. Continuing on, before we get into, because there were some discontinued models, what did you love from Rolex in this release? And what did you dislike the most?
I love the Day-Day, that smoky blackish gray dial, and the Ever
the Oscar.
Yeah. The Oscar is dope. I mean, obviously it came out before Watches and Wonders, but it was like still compact in that whole deal. I really enjoyed that. And then what I disliked the most was those black mother of pearl Daytonas.
Oh yeah.
Awful.
I love that they brought those back because it gives me early 2000s Canal Street vibes.
So bad.
Yeah, it does have a little Canal Street vibe. Trevor, what about you?
Yeah, I'll second that. What Rashawn said. Really don't like those black mother of pearl Daytona. I can't say that I loved anything, but I really do like the release of the GMT Master 2 with the black and gray bezel. I don't know. I think for me, in a lot of ways, Rolex has already done so much. It's really hard to keep up, right? It's hard to come out with something every year that gets people super excited. Another mention I will say is the all gold deep sea.
Yeah.
I mean,
shout out
you
to
have to put that
Victor.
in the bucket of someone who just has everything and is like, why not?
That's
But
Perry's new Key West watch.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
That's definitely a Key West watch.
That's super Key West watch. There's a brick of gold on your wrist.
that's a watch that you get just because you have everything. But yeah, I don't really love anything, but I second what Rashawn said.
I'll tell you what though, I did like the guilloche pattern dial, the 1908, the platinum with the ice blue.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really nice, and it was a surprise. I didn't expect Rolex to do a guilloche dial. I think it's nice to see them kind of go back to experimenting with dials again in that way, and to do something unexpected, and to do it. I thought it was done tastefully. I don't get it on the brown strap, but whatever, it's just a strap. I would like to see it on like something like a gray strap. But I was surprised. I think that was personally my favorite. The piece that I disliked the most was the Invicta. Um, it's totally unnecessary. I think, to your point, yeah, it's for someone that has everything. And we know guys that collect subs and sea dwellers and deep seas. And, I know a couple of them are going to get it just because they're like, it is ridiculous. This was not needed. No one asked for it. But because it exists, I need it in the collection. Ben, what about yourself? What did you love? You told me what you hated.
For Rolex, I think kind of all suck, to be honest. I don't really have a favorite or anything that I really liked. I can appreciate the dial, what they're calling the rice grain dial for the platinum 19.
That's what they're calling it. Yeah.
I think it looks pretty. Aside from that, I think Rolex was a big old dud this year. The gem set stuff is kind of cool, but
yes.
Again, it's all catalog. The Daytonas with the diamond bezels, I
Those
like because it gives me
bezels are nice.
Yeah, it gives me like old school, like hip hop, like early to mid 2000s vibe.
And they did
I like that.
Oyster Flex.
Oh, Oyster Flex with the two-tone mother of pearl dials.
Crazy.
Those are kind of cool. I could definitely see the person for that, and I think people who just want something special-ish from Rolex, if they get their hands on that, they will. I think it's pretty interesting. But
yeah.
Nothing stood out. There's some crazy off-catalog stuff that we'll get into maybe a little later in the dedicated post.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, it's just flat from Rolex.
Yeah. I got Mayor requesting to join. Let's finish up Rolex real quick with you, Trevor, and then we'll bring Mayor. Mayor, if you hear me, we're gonna pull you in shortly. So stay ready because I know you got some stuff you want to express, particularly on this next brand too, because we talked today. They did discontinue the palm dial. They discontinued the motif dials. Yacht Master 2s are gone. We know that. Ben, going back to your point, we did talk about, so everyone thought there was going to be a Coke bezel GMT. We discovered about an hour ago that there is a Coke bezel GMT. So we might be the first to break this news because I didn't hear Hodinky say anything about it. I'm not going to say where we heard this, but it's not a rumor because we've seen it. We've seen it.
What?
We've seen it. Yes, we've seen it. We can't share anything today, but we'll work that out at a later date. Maybe someone will get around to showing it before us, but you heard it here first. There is a Coke bezel GMT. It's off catalog. That's all I'm going to share. I'm not going to say what it looks like. It is a Coke bezel GMT, and it's off catalog, and it exists. It's real. and it comes with cufflinks.
And it's very expensive.
There's 2 versions actually. It's not one. There's 2 versions. And it's
There's a
very
yellow.
expensive.
There's a yellow version and a white version with a
That's
coke bezel.
correct. Yeah.
Well,
Extremely expensive.
Extremely, like almost $1 million.
That would make sense in a way though, because what I didn't say earlier, which I wanted to bring up, is that they had filed for a patent on the coke colors, and that was found from the courts in Switzerland. So this would make sense.
I'm gonna say it's not a Serichrome bezel. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Trevor, we love you. Thank you for joining us for the first half of this episode. If you guys haven't seen Trevor's episode, it is number 69. You can see it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. Also, Trevor has an amazing podcast himself that I'm a big fan of, where he talks about design, watches, architecture, cars. It's called Perrier. Is that correct? So
that's correct.
Yes.
I appreciate it. And thank you for having me. I think this is special as well because, I'm big fans of you guys and really appreciate having me on here. So salute. Thank you for having me.
My man, appreciate you.
Cheers,
all right, Mayor's coming right up.
Cheers.
Yo, don't put May on. Don't put May on.
He should be popping up any second. Here we are. There he is.
Hey, I'm big fans of you guys. I'm such a big. Thank you for having me. Oh my God, I'm such a big fan of you guys.
Thank you for joining.
Who's the crazy guy in the pool?
You know who that.
Yo, what's wrong with you, bro? You would be in the pool. Like, what's wrong with you?
He's living a different kind of lifestyle, man.
We're about to get a lot of people on here right now. Yo, what's wrong with you? Why are you in the pool? Yeah.
Don't talk to me right now. Don't talk to me right now.
You had a hard day at work today or something? Are you okay? You live a life.
He does, man. Let me tell you, this guy lives a life of luxury. It's crazy.
God, it's a life right here.
What watch you got on today, my man?
I don't know what I got on. Little yellow gold boutique edition. Little light work.
Light?
Yeah, something
light. AP Chrono
yeah, AP's too good for watching.
Yo, that shit is whack. You got better. That shit is whack. You got better than that. That shit is whack.
I got a lot better than that. I know. This ain't a show your watch collection video. You know what I'm saying? This ain't one of
those.
Yes,
it is. Yes, it is. When you on the live, it is.
Oh no, you're not gonna make me do that. You're not gonna make. You're definitely not gonna make me do that.
I know exactly.
Even though my assistant just came in, he might know how to go upstairs and get some watch.
I know exactly where you walking.
What's up, guys?
So Mayor, let me ask you real quick because we're gonna talk about Patek next, but I want to get your feedback on Rolex. Yeah. How did you feel about the Rolex releases?
It's a lot of goddamn shit.
Yeah, it's a lot. So
it's too much to consume when you're going on a Rolex configure and everything. I thought I was building like a Nike ID or something when I was going on there earlier today.
Yeah, but the Rolex website is crazy right now with the configuration.
And I just want a pink Tudor. That's it. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, no. So we got a new GMT.
The new GMT I like, right? Of course, I'm gonna bother one of my favorite ADs for that. I'm gonna call him when I get off of this live. Crazy. So he's gonna get a phone call that he doesn't realize he's gonna get. I'm gonna call him like 17 times because he ignored me today. It's a nice guy. He ignored me today, but it's okay.
Of course, they always ignore the clients on release.
I figured he would. I'm a pretty decent client, but it's okay. It's all right. It's not the first time that I've been ignored by AD. It won't be the last. I love my AD. It's a good guy. It's a great guy. That guy.
Gerald Peters. Shout out to him. Le Mans Daytona.
Shout to Gerald Peters. Shout to the other guys that take care of me. Yeah, shout to them all. Shout to everybody that doesn't answer the phone today, tomorrow, the next couple of days. It's okay. It's all right. But I like the Bruce Wayne, if we're gonna call it that, whatever the hell we're gonna call it. You just fucked me up with the coke bezel. But if you're telling me there's $1 million shit with rubies and all that shit and black diamonds, I'm not doing it. I can't afford it. Forget about it. It's cool. So, by the looks of it, it's very expensive and it's out of my price range. I know how to say I can't afford it. And shout to Rolex for realizing that the secondary market is the biggest thing in the world. So now they could put diamonds and stones on anything and charge whatever the fuck they want now, because it's a competitive market out there anyway, right? So
literally,
never thought I would see that in my life, but guess what?
here we are.
Here we are, right? So that's.
I thought you might like the new Sky Dwellers.
It's just so much money to spend on a gold piece. Yeah. Like, you got to think now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to think.
Did you see the yellow gold Le Mans?
I saw the yellow gold Le Mans. Another thing that I'll never be able to obtain. That when I call so just for the record, guys, I got a pretty good watch collection. I have a very decent amount of Rolex.
You have a great watch collection.
I have a pretty decent collection. I have a great relationship with a few ADs. And all of them are going to tell me to my face, yeah. And I'm never going to smell the watch.
Yeah.
It's okay. So what's the sense of getting excited over it?
Shout out to B-Dot. He says Whisper's Mayor can actually afford it.
B-Dot, mind your business, B-Dot.
He says you're pump faking.
Nobody likes you. Go make a top rapper list. Go make a top rapper list for the first quarter of rap. Leave me alone. So, it's going to be another one of those unobtainables. They gassed me for the white gold one. I thought I was good. Yeah, the next one, if we get it, you're definitely in the runnings for it. Yeah.
Well, I don't think, in all fairness, I don't think anyone saw that getting discontinued today.
I didn't think so. But if, there's still going to be a few laying around. I got a lovely watch the other day, 10 months after, a year after it was discontinued. It popped up.
I actually have a friend who got called for one yesterday.
For what? The same one that I just got?
No, the Le Mans.
Wow. God bless him.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me where he lives. I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah. I'll just leave it at that. All right. So, ultimately, I think Rolex was, the pieces that we saw released today, they're good. Like, no crazy surprises. Kind of flat release.
You know what I wish I would have saw? Like, so you play with the 36 millimeters, right? And then you can do pink dot. Why they don't put a pink dot on the 40? Just let it go. Let a pink dot with a 40 go. Let it go. It's there. The colors are there. You have the colors already. Just make it in a 40 millimeter. Give me something exciting.
Are you talking about the OP?
No, like on a Prezi, on a Daytona. Let's give me a pink.
There's a pink dial Day 36 in platinum and white gold.
Yeah, there's a 30.
Can't make it in the 40.
There's actually two pinks. There's a coral and a regular pink. If I'm not mistaken. Why not just do it in the 40 so men could enjoy it?
Listen, from your mouth
real
to
men wear
Jean
pink.
Dufour's ears. Hopefully they get that message, but I don't know how many units of those they're going to move. Actually, we might have to go straight aftermarket on that.
I mean,
but I want to talk to you about Patek.
Why is it every time I'm with you guys, we talk about something that I could never get? But me and Perry had a cool conversation today.
We did.
I showed Perry something today, and he was like, "Oh shit!" So that's why I wanted to come on so we could talk about it, because I was way ahead of my time. Let me just say that.
You were. So you showed me today. He showed me a picture of a Daytona that he did with Bamford on a denim strap.
I did a Bamford Daytona in 2015. I was able to link up with George Bamford and his son and all that, and I was able to. I don't know where the denim strap is right now. I had a denim strap for it. I actually have the watch right here. I did a denim dial and a denim strap, and this is what it came out like.
Woo! Yeah, crazy.
Let me turn. It'll be easier if I do it this way. Hold on, give me 1 second. It's better if you do it that way. So there it goes.
That's tough.
Right, and that's a denim dial, and it had a denim. I had a denim strap on it. I think I got a picture on my phone with the denim strap.
Yeah,
and I did this right, and I did this in 2015. Right, so we come full circle now. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm awake, and I'm looking on the site, and then I'm looking on Instagram, and I think Hodinky, somebody posted the
5980
with the denim strap. I woke up today to about 10, 20 phone calls from all my friends. Yo, this is not a Mayor watch. This is not a Mayor watch. For guys that don't know me, I'm a denim fanatic when it comes to sneakers, when it comes to stuff. Every time I wanted to design something, I've always wanted to do denim. I used to do denim bespokes. I used to do denim Air Force Ones, all kind of crazy stuff, right? So when I seen this watch, everybody was like, yo, this is you, this is you, this is you. It's insane. This is crazy. So now full circle, they do a watch that I know I can't get. Yeah. There goes a picture right there. Look, that's with the denim strap on it.
Just so you know, I made a couple of phone calls for you today, too.
Perry, if you made some phone calls for me today and you're not lying to me, I'm gonna
not
run over
lying.
there.
I
And give
made
you, I'm
some
gonna run over there and
calls.
give you a hug.
Listen, I made some calls. I didn't get any answers yet. I didn't get any yeses.
Right.
But
we didn't get any no's yet, right?
We didn't get any no's
Right.
yet.
That's
We didn't get any
the good
no's
part.
yet.
So if anything intrigued me or made my day, it was looking at that today, because I was like, oh shit, right? That's something fly. And then you pat yourself on the back, like, yo, I really did this ahead of the curve. And years ago, I got the renderings to show you. I got to find them on my phone. Years ago, I had a conversation with Hublot. Years ago. And I was like, yo, I was doing some mock-ups trying to design something. And I did a bunch of denim Hublots. It's just renderings right now that I had on my phone from years ago. And if I could find them, I'll show them to you. And it was cool because, like I said, it just goes to show that over the years, my fascination with denim and watches has always been crazy. Let me see if I can find these things real quick. So that watch definitely sparked my interest, and I was like, oh shit, if I could have something out of this whole year right now, it would be that. Because, and we all know I want a 51. We all know I want a 5990. We all know all of that stuff. But
yeah,
if I could have something full circle, like, look, this is back in 2014, 2015.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, that's stuff that I was playing around with when I was trying to work on doing something with them, and that conversation got shut down quickly. But
yo, let me ask you, so the last thing I would have ever expected for Patek to do is to release a Nautilus, B, a World Time on a denim strap.
Yeah.
Big surprise. But this also comes after the Travis Scott AP on the brown denim strap. Do you think there was any influence that they took at all from that?
now,
because it kind of feels like an AP move from Patek.
Right.
It doesn't feel like Patek.
My question to you is, I don't know this, so it's got to be a question to a question. So you would have to answer my question for me to answer yours, right? I know if you design a sneaker, it takes 6 to 8 months to make samples, production, first sample, first go around.
All these companies doing the same R&D.
Is it the same thing with a watch? Because they could turn a watch around that fast. Because all they did was make a strap, obviously. Right?
The strap you could turn around pretty quick.
Okay. Everything else is the same on that 5980. Everything else is the same as older ones. Everything is the same.
Yeah, but the dial would have taken them longer. But we also know that a lot of these guys behind the scene, they know what each other is working on. There's no secrets in Geneva.
Okay.
There's very few. Now Rolex keeps a lot of secrets. They actually are the best. They're like the CIA with it. Like, no one knows what they're doing until they release it.
Right.
But like Patek and AP, I'm only speculating. I don't know for certain, but from stuff I've heard in the past, it wouldn't surprise me if someone caught wind of something and was like, yo, I saw them working on that. Kind of cool. Maybe we should do something like that.
Right.
The rumor is that Terry Stern's sons are playing a bigger part in designing. And
I was about to say just now, was there any young cool dudes that just hit the mix?
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, they trying to shake the room. I could see that, because that's what happens when you get young, hungry designers like Nike or
whatever. His son that's working with the business now I think he's only 26.
Yeah.
So he's on game right now. So everything.
Okay. But I always looked at Patek like they don't have to move that way, because they're the grand marnier of they're the this, they're the that when it comes to watches. So I never thought that they would move that way. Ruffle and feathers is a beautiful thing, because again, I love the watch and I want it because I'm still stuck on my 5990 that I want forever. I'm gonna beg my other AD for that one day, and maybe he'll come through for me. But this actually was like, yo, this is fly. It was a young man's turn. Like, it was a young man hit. And
yeah, for sure. This wasn't like a Terry Stern decision. This came from someone who's like in the mix.
How do you convince him to say yeah?
It's just, yo, Dad.
Do we know this for a fact, or are we just having fun?
No.
We've
heard his kids.
You want people my age to buy your shit? Here you go.
I mean, I know a lot of people don't listen to Arnaud, son. I mean, well, but when it comes to LVMH,
I heard his sons played a part in the 6007 Gs. Remember the Calatravas, the red, yellow, and blue?
It started with the 5226. He gave him the idea for that dial because his son loves photography. That's what he does as a hobby. So he said that the dial, he got inspiration from old vintage camera grips.
For the 56,
guy in the
26.
pool, the guy in the pool would know all of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What did you think about some of the other releases from Patek? So there's a gem set Aquanaut that we got.
Once I start looking at prices and I know I can't afford, I move. I mentally check out, right? Because there's things that I love, and I'm a watch guy, and I got a lot of nice stuff. But again, like any other watch guy, I don't care how much money you have. You know your price range. I know where my price range stops. My price range pretty much stops at $59.90 money. Like it just stops right there. Maybe if AP comes through and they give me the black open work, you know, that's where my price range stops. So I know.
I'm going to tell you honestly, one of my favorite pieces they released, that ellipse on bracelet.
It's pretty cool.
That bangs.
That's dope. That's dope. You know what caught my eye? What caught my eye yesterday? Ben is probably going to hang up on me later when I call him. The green Vacheron.
Okay, let's talk about it. That got a lot of love. The new overseas.
Look at his face. I knew it. Look at his face. I knew it. This guy right here. You would think that somebody at Vacheron went to school with him and hit him over the head with a book bag when he was a kid. This guy hates Vacheron, bro. I've never had a guy talk me out of getting a watch in my life. This guy was adamant about me not getting my overseas. I never had a guy threaten me before. Ben threatened me.
He loves. I know for a fact Ben loves the 222.
Yeah, I'll take
222 is fine. Yeah, he'll take that. Guy's crazy. Ben's crazy.
Shout out to Nori. He just got it.
Right. Of course, Nori got it. But the fly shit is with the Vacherons, and you know I don't like to sound like an idiot sometimes, but the robustness and the colors that they use for their dials, man, them shits they just hit different. The blue the blue hits different. That green in them pictures on that rose gold, that shit it's sexy. He said it's whack. That shit is sexy. I hear you.
It's a good watch. It's a good watch. My only beef with it is though, Vacheron does so many like amazing like timepieces, and we just keep focusing on the overseas. And it's like, who didn't see a green dial gold overseas coming? It was like I knew that at some point in time they were gonna like reference the John Mayer Daytona. I mean, it was just a matter of time.
Everybody's going to do green. Who's the first one that's going to jump to red? Who's going to jump to pink? Who's going to jump to purple? Like, you know, AP does a purple and they make it for the UAE only. I know, but AP does red and they do purple and they make it for the UAE only, or they make it for China only, and they make it for whatever. And then you want to kill yourself if you get mad. And then they give the US a whack blue color. They give me a whack blue color every single time.
The purple chrono and the red jumbo.
Give me some purple shit so I can look like Messi. Let me feel like I got it. Like, I hate that shit. I hate that shit. They give me a boring blue down here every single time.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the Vacheron was cool. You know, and talking about actually green and gold, Lange Sohne, the honey gold datograph.
You know how much that watch cost?
How much is it?
$600,000.
It should be.
Right.
How many units are they making?
That watch is a joke. I don't know, but it's a joke.
No,
that's insane.
That thing is hot.
It's a joke.
That thing is hot.
It's a joke. If it was thin and that complicated, and it was like a minute repeater, maybe.
You're not gonna get a thin watch from a Lange.
But that's
not yet
part
at
of the
least.
problem, though. Like, you can't cop out with these fat ass cases, squeezing all this shit in there and charging all this money for it.
Listen, I feel you, but the watch is hot, and you got to see it how the loom works.
Well, that's out of my price range, so I don't even want to tell you. Yeah. Once we get out of $59.90, once we get out of $59.80 and $59.90 talk, I can't afford it.
But hold on, 64 though returns in white gold.
Y'all got to talk to me about this Coke. We got to stay on topic here, man. They make it Coke best. How much is the watch?
Yeah, Danny said the watch is hot. Ben, stop hating.
Who said the watch is hot?
Danny.
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah, and then I told him the price, and then what happened?
That's Danny.
Yeah, that's Danny.
He could afford it. He could afford it. I don't count nobody's money, but he could afford it.
You heard that?
I don't count nobody's money, but he got it.
Mayor, to answer your question, you talking about that Coke bezel joint we was talking about?
Yeah.
The exact price is $850,000.
Thanks.
Does that shit come with a person to put the watch on me every day?
It come with cufflinks.
Yeah, I'm gonna put cufflinks on my sweatshirt.
Are both versions 850?
Now there's two versions. Now you're dropping gems on everybody. I just want to make
there's a yellow gold version, and then there's
a yellow gold Coke. That gotta look
yellow gold Coke, white gold Coke, gem set bracelet, and then ruby and black diamond bezel.
It's crazy.
Hold on, but a yellow gold Coke gotta look ugly.
I mean, it's
you ever seen
not
that
cute.
gem set? You ever seen that gem set, Lefty? How they get the bracelet, the diamonds on the
same
side?
thing. Yeah,
it's the same thing. Just Coke bezel, black diamond.
That's a little too much. That gem set Lefty would have been fired with just a regular bracelet.
Let me ask you guys, though, Ben. Let me ask you overall. How did you feel about the Patek release overall?
The Patek release overall, I thought it was a little flat too. But what saved them for me was those rare handcrafts. Those fucking rare handcrafts are amazing.
They always knock out the rare handcrafts.
Yo, they always knock them out the only brand doing it like that. Every year, you know that they're gonna drop some shit, and those rare handcrafts are like they just get better and better and better every year.
What was your favorite one?
I got two favorites right now. Is the guy playing pool.
The surfboard.
Me and Dan. Now the surfboard, I'll pass on those. There's the two guys playing pool. Me and Dan, you already said
that looks dope. I saw that. That's fly.
We're gonna get matching ones.
How much are those?
They're probably a little over 100. And then the other one that I really like.
I might be able to use
the other one that I really like. I'm gonna send a photo of it. Horology on CN posted it. They did this crazy Calatrava with this crazy engraved. I don't even know how to describe the pattern. It's fucking crazy. And then
look, I just like the new. I just like the new 5164.
The Zodiac joints are nice.
The Zodiac.
They have a Calatrava with the Zodiac symbol engraved. Like if you look at the constellation in the sky, they engraved that in the dial. And they set each point with the diamond, and then they actually did an enamel painting of the constellation. So like Taurus has a lion with Taurus constellation engraved on it.
That also sounds out of my price range.
That's probably like a buck. That's gold 5990 numbers. You got that?
I got that. I could afford it. Didn't they do one with a unicorn on it too? I think they did one of them crazy ones with a unicorn on them, like the pool table one.
They did a bunch of shit. If you look at Horology on CN's photos, you're probably going to screenshot a bunch of his shit to post for this live. But he got a photo of every single rare handcraft, and they bang.
He has a photo of all of them. What he posted them on?
They on his stories. Look at his stories and look at the constellation ones.
I just need a denim 59. I just need a denim 5980 and maybe the 54 blue.
Oh, yo, these are fire. There's one with this guy playing a guitar. That's crazy. The pool table is fire.
Pool table's tough.
I like the pool.
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to share these pictures when I repost this. Or we'll repost them on the gram for reference.
So you're gonna keep this live. You're gonna keep this live on the thing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So you're really, really going hard, pause for Mayor to get this denim 5980, right? You're really putting in the work for me, right? You're really making these phone calls for a guy that deserves this watch, right?
I would love nothing more than to help you get this timepiece. Because then we're going to turn that into an episode. I'll go with you with the cameras. We'll make you look like the superstar you are.
Let me explain something to you. If you make this happen, I'm driving you in the Maybach. You're sitting in the back seat with the camera on, and I'm chauffeuring you to go pick up my watch.
All right, how about that? We're going to make this happen.
How about that?
We'll get it for you. I got you.
Brand new pillows for the Maybach in the back. I got my two twin teddy bears, Monique and Unique. They keep you company while you in the back. You're good to go, bro. I got a refrigerator back there for you. We are good. You are going to ride in style.
I love it.
Camera's on you the whole time.
I love it. We do the whole Wristcheck episode in the Maybach.
Oh, no. We're doing it in the Maybach. On the way there to pick up the watch, swiping the credit card, me telling them, yo, the card is going to bounce when I leave, all that.
Yo, can I say something real quick? Yeah. These Cadillac, like, rare handcrafts, bang. Yo, these are stupid. Wow. Okay, yeah. I gotta swipe all these pictures and toss them on the gram.
Feel them all.
But we'll be there. We'll be there this weekend too. So me and Rashawn will take some photos.
one request is that y'all take photos of those rare handcrafts for me. Please.
I got
like really good ones.
Got you. I'm gonna get photos all. I'm gonna try to get them on the wrist. We're headed to Geneva on Thursday.
You live a life, Geneva. You guys live a life.
We're throwing a party out there too. You should come through.
You guys
flying for the party.
You guys live a life. I can't afford that. You know, I got like. So Ben will tell you, because I have conversations with Ben a lot. Like, I really just got enough money in the bank to pay for the next watch, tax included, unless I can convince somebody to ship it to Delaware so I ain't got to pay the tax. Like, I really got enough money in the bank just to buy my watch. That's it.
We got people for that too.
Okay, here you go. So we're good to go.
Yeah.
Ship it to Delaware. My tattoo artist lives in Delaware. I ain't got to pay tax.
I love. We might want to say that on the gram now.
Joe Puma calling Cap on
Hey,
me,
listen. Joe Puma's calling Cap. He's calling Cap. That's saying all I got
calling Cap.
Listen, I know how much Joe Puma makes a year. Tell him to stop.
Ooh.
I know how much I was there when he renegotiated his last contract. I know how much he makes a year. Tell him to stop.
Funny. That's
stop.
Funny.
Don't start, Joe. I know how much you make a year, buddy.
Someone asked, I know. Shout out to Sully D45. Rolex, Vacheron, or Tudor, who had the best release? I would say out of those three, I would say Tudor.
You said Rolex, Vacheron, and Tudor? Yeah.
Who had the best release?
Tudor had the best release.
I would say Tudor, the most creative. I know that's not your cup of tea, man.
No,
but we like.
I actually have to buy this pink Tudor for a friend of mine, and it's driving me nuts that I got to call in a favor for this fucking watch.
Oh, the chronograph, the pink.
Yeah,
that thing is hot.
I know, but I'm not wearing a Tudor. I went to a Tudor event one time for a certain AD. I'm not going to throw no names on it. It's not my regular AD.
Okay.
And I got forced to buy a fucking Tudor. I gave the shit away as a gift. Right? I'm not wearing Tudor. I'm just sorry. I'm not doing it. Right. So now one of my friends who's really in love with this pink Tudor chronograph is driving me. He calls me. You think I'm a pain in the ass? My friend is a pain in the ass. And he's taking care of me in the past on other shit. So it's hard for me to tell him no.
Right.
But when I tell you he's driving me nuts with this, like I want to fight him behind this shit. I'm like, yo, bro, if this shit wasn't pink, would you want it? No response. Then I'll get a phone call later with another picture. And I got 75 pictures of this goddamn watch on my phone. If I show you this text message thread, it's just nothing but pictures of this watch on the thread. I'm like, yo, man, leave me alone. I got you. Yo, so now I got.
How many of those did they make? It's limited, obviously.
Is it that limited? Because I got to go beg for this goddamn
watch.
Which
one? The pink Tudor joint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the one really knows.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. This watch, I feel like a lot of these watches gonna be like fucking mythical.
Yo, for real.
Yo,
I mean, from a collector's
perspective, all the time, and ain't nobody seen that blue-green rose gold Sky Dweller from Rolex. How they dropped it on the Jubilee is titanium.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Master, where it's at? Pink Tudor, where
I saw
it's
the
at?
titanium Yachtmaster. I did see that.
I'm very close to getting a titanium Yachtmaster very soon, by the way. So.
I saw that in Meatpacking.
They exist.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely getting one very soon.
Respect to you.
Geezy said, Ben,
yo, you got Jeezy in here talking crazy to me right now, bro.
He's right here next to me. My assistant is right here next to me right now.
What's he saying?
Yo,
Ben,
let me see him.
Ben's in the pool.
Yo, tell him, yo, tell Jeezy to get me some of them nuggets, yo.
He can hear you.
Nuggets.
Yo. So Ben came to my house not too long ago. Ben came to my house because whatchamacallit came to my house. D came to my house. I sold some sneakers to District 1 the other day, right? Because I was emptying out a closet and I wanted to get rid of some shoes, right?
All right.
Because, I got to pay Uncle Sam. I got to buy more watches, so I got rid of some shoes, right?
Respect.
I pride myself on this very beautiful little Versace thing with chocolate nuggets and candies and all of that, right?
Very swanky.
Ben came to my house.
I hooked him up.
And ate about a 30-pack of these shits right here.
Facts. Yeah, that sounds like Ben.
No, he ate a 30-pack. And you would think that he came to my you would think that he'd been to my house 27 times. It was the first time in my house. The guy ate a 30-pack.
Facts.
No, I was annoyed because you don't. I'm fat. You never had, fat. I got no problem breaking food. I break bread with you on some food. Don't touch my snacks, man. Not my snacks. Don't eat my snacks. This dude was just sitting there so comfortable. Yo, he actually had to watch it. I think he was meeting y'all that night for an event and got there late because he was sitting there eating my chocolate. I swear.
Yo,
God.
It was a day the Belova event.
Oh yeah.
I was on this dude's couch eating.
No, he was in my house eating chocolate. Like, you would have thought. I thought I was
watching
looking at
Avengers.
myself with a beard.
And watching
Like, I'm
Avengers.
like, yo, what the fuck? With a beard and hair. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
My
This is
man
what I
was
used to
crazy.
do.
And then came to the event like, yo, I'm hungry.
The man ate every single piece of chocolate I had in my house. I was mad. You know what it is so I wound up running around my house that day. They left. I went to go see my daughter, who lives not too far from me. You know what it is to come back home at 9:45 and go into my bowl and there's no chocolate left. So I had to turn back around and drive to CVS 4 minutes before they closed.
Yeah, he was looking forward.
Like, come on,
to that
bro.
too.
Like, no, this is all Ben's fault. Like, it's not fair.
That's hilarious.
No, it was disgusting.
So much of the munchies kicked in.
No, it was disgusting. The man ate all my food.
He don't even smoke.
No, I don't even smoke either. I don't do none of that shit. But yo, you don't touch a fat person's. No, you can eat their food. Don't eat their snacks. It's not cool.
Yo, that's hilarious. Ben lives a life self-wealth.
No, Ben lives a life.
Does.
He's in a pool with no reception right now. Look, his Wi-Fi ain't even working right now. He's spinning.
Yeah.
Nah, he lives a life. Look, your Wi-Fi ain't working, bro. What's wrong with you?
Yo. So I want to talk about, out of all the stuff that you guys saw, just on some like honorable mentions, maybe stuff, especially stuff that we haven't brought up yet.
Yeah.
What did you love? What did you hate?
It was funny because Mayor had brought up Vacheron, and I was surprised that he didn't mention the Grand Complication. Of course, it's a pocket watch, but with 63 complications,
Crazy.
I think it's
it's a fucking hockey.
But how much is that watch? How much is that pocket watch?
Oof.
Yo, it's crazy.
I'll
look it up, but it looks like it's like
I know, but that's why I don't
like a
talk
metal
about
burger,
shit.
yo.
That's why I don't talk about shit like that.
Yeah,
I can't.
No, I think for what they brought to Watches and Wonders, like really bringing it, I thought it was super cool. Also too, Piaget killed it. I think they had a crazy
with the new Altiplano.
Yes.
So they would have, if it weren't for Bulgari, they would have had the thinnest watch
in the world.
Oh, I saw that real thin Bulgari shit. That shit was bugged out. I seen that, and then I seen like a funny looking bubble Chanel watch. I think Scott Udell from London Jewelers posted it. It wasn't the Chanel watch. It wasn't the Chanel watch with the character on it. It was like a crazy, like a big bubble Chanel. It looked kind of cool. That was dope. Of course, I called the Vacheron guy right away. I said, "Hey, does the green one come in stainless steel?" They was like, "Not yet." I'm like, "Okay, I'll wait."
So the Vacheron you were talking about, Rashawn, the pocket watch, the Grand Complication. Yeah. There's no. It's
upon request.
Yeah, it's upon request, which means that anytime, if you're like, for those who don't know, if you go to like any of these websites and like the price isn't listed and it's like price upon request, it's usually over $500,000.
Yeah.
63 complications. We don't know how many of these they're gonna make. It's probably made. It says bespoke, so it's made to order. So it's probably like requested by like the top Vacheron clients or like super well-known collectors.
Did I read it? That's one of the most complicated watches ever made, or one of the most complicated. Is that what I read? That's what caught my eye with it. I know I kept it pushing right away because I don't do with a pocket watch.
Yeah, 63 complications. I mean, this is a piece. Obviously, like when you look at it, like the it's like that thick. Like it's crazy. Like it's not really a pocket watch. Like no one's wearing this. This is actually like those pocket watches that are like displayed inside of like luxury vehicles.
We're gonna walk around with a pocket watch like this. Look, we're gonna walk around with a pocket watch like this.
Yeah,
gonna be like this. Gonna walk around like this. Yeah, yeah. Get out of here with that.
I think we lost Ben to the pool.
No, he's drowning right now.
Yeah.
I made him feel bad. The chocolates are weighing in. He's drowning. Yeah, the chocolates are weighing him down. Yo, the guy ate like 30 gold bars. Like, what the fuck? Like,
that sounds like him. Yo, you know what I was kind of like, I don't want to say disappointed, but so let me just put it like this. I love Grand Seiko. I think Grand Seiko is a great brand. They do some amazing watches. Sorry?
I'm surprised you're going to say you're disappointed.
I am disappointed because I feel like they go through this thing where they do something that's like really special, and then they're like, okay, run it again, and it's like that's how you run things into the ground. So they did another Kodo.
I saw. You know, it's funny. I'm not a big Grand Seiko guy, but I was looking through everybody's pages today. So I think I was looking at Kelly's page. I think Kelly had posted a bunch of the Grand Seiko stuff today, I think. And I was looking on her thing, and I saw some of the stuff. It really doesn't move. It's just not my thing. So I'm not gonna lie to you. When you get to that point of the watch, it's like I bow out gracefully because there's nothing there that really catches my eye. But if they're gonna regurgitate everything, then what's the sense of?
And it's crazy.
What's the sense of even showing? Just put it out.
No, it's like they do so many things so well. So like Grand Seiko is a Japanese brand. Many of you have heard of Seiko. For those that don't know, Grand Seiko is it's their luxury brand essentially, and they do some amazing timepieces. You know, they developed the spring drive movement from through this brand decades ago. That's caught on now in popularity here in the States, where you have a watch that it has quartz like built into it, but it's not a typical quartz movement. It's not battery operated. And you get this like really clean sweep. They do mechanical watches. They do like general quartz watches as well, but they did the Kodo Constant Escapement last year, which was an amazing piece, beautifully designed, like steampunk aesthetic. It had this crazy like Japanese samurai inspired strap, $300-something thousand. I think it was $350 when it came out. I think it was limited to 300 pieces globally. And this was a serious piece to get. You know, very, very difficult, very expensive. And it was something that I felt like they did that allowed them to like plant their flag and like, yo, we're here. We're very, very serious. You know, we know how to make watches and we can compete on that level. And then they run it again instead of doing something else.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, it's like I want to tell them, like, guys, like, this is the kind of thing, like, it loses its specialness when you pull repeats like that.
Yeah. Well, at that point, just put them out. Like, there's no reason to go to. Like, there's no reason to go to the show. It's like going to a trade show or going to the auto show to see what's new, and they regurgitate the same thing. Like, at that point, don't even show.
It's literally
save your money.
The same watch.
Don't show. Just put it out.
Yeah.
So that kind of like grinded my gears a little bit. In terms of like good honorable mentions, I mean, I mentioned mine's already. The Ellipse, I thought was fantastic. That's a watch I would go for. JLC. JLC put out some heat.
Did Patek discontinue anything?
So they did, but they did earlier.
Yeah, I know they discontinued. The 5164R? One of them got discontinued.
The 5164A got discontinued.
Yeah.
And
then they just came out with the 5164, the blue with the white gold.
Yeah, white gold. And then remember they got rid of all the 5980s.
Right, they got rid of all the 5980s, and now
they issued a new one on the denim strap.
The denim strap, yeah. But they didn't discontinue nothing on this go around like Rolex.
No, they usually don't discontinue stuff during watches and wonders. They usually do it at the end of the year.
They do mid-season, end of year, like okay.
Yeah.
When you say end of year, you say end of year or end of watch fiscal? Because I know there's a watch fiscal.
I think it's like December, right? When they announce Vacheron.
Yeah, they discontinue. They usually discontinue like November, and then like December the watches drop.
Got it.
Well, because they do. So they do two drops. So Patek releases in November, October.
Yeah, October.
They do a release in October.
October was when they released that purple shit for the women with all the diamonds and all that other stuff that they released the last go around.
Yeah. The Nautilus, the ladies Nautilus, the Victoria Beckham.
That shit is
call it because
it's
pretty cool.
And
then they did.
I know somebody
Peter
Aquaman, got one.
The rainbow.
Fire. That shit is fire.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you guys were interested in seeing from some of these brands?
Nah, I mean Rolex shocked me with the mother of pearl. Like that came out of left field.
The Daytona.
Yeah. Is they gonna be off are those so
it's off catalog.
Even though you can pull it up on the website now with the price, it's off catalog?
Is it? Because I was checking earlier.
No, I looked. I built the mother of pearl Daytona with the diamonds. It was 60-something thousand, and then the other one was, yeah, it was.
So then it's on catalog.
Right,
If it's
so
on
that's
the
off
website,
catalog.
it's on catalog.
Besides that Coke, did they do anything else off catalog that we don't know about yet?
A bunch of Daytonas, but the photos of them were leaked. So they actually made the new Le Mans in yellow gold. That's off catalog.
That's off catalog. I know that, but I'm talking about any
gem
sets that catalog.
The white gold was on catalog. They had the white gold on the website for a while.
Yeah,
but yeah,
they told me they were treating that as off catalog. Every AD told me they were treating that.
I mean,
that's off catalog, unless they were blowing smoke up my ass.
Ben says he sent. Oh, if you're listening, Ben, I sent you an invite. It didn't pull you up for me to add you, so I just sent you an invite. There you go.
Hey, he's out the pool now. He wants to join the common folk now.
The watch is not off catalog. That Daytona.
Which one?
The Le Mans? The diamond bezel.
Right, it's not off catalog. You can build. It has the price. It has the prices for both of them on the website. Because I saw it this morning.
Yeah, that watch is not off catalog.
Now, is there any other gem sets that they put off catalog that we don't know about yet? That they're gonna, besides this Coke, is there any Daytonas they're gonna charge $1 gazillion for that I can't fucking afford?
Well, they put the Daytonas out last year. There's like that ruby.
That shit 300.
Red ruby.
That shit 300. Man, they bugging out with that shit. That shit 300. 450. Excuse me. Is the Eye of the Tiger still available? Because somebody's supposed to get me with that too.
They did a new Eye of the Tiger?
No, it's the same one. They never got rid of it. But what they got out now, they got a yellow gold
and a white gold.
No, they got a yellow gold champagne baguette dial.
The baguette is fire.
Diamond case, and then they got a rose gold with a sundust baguette dial, diamond case, and then a white gold with a black baguette dial, diamond case. I think they're like $2 something each on the bracelet only.
What on Tigers?
Nah, so you know how we were just talking about if they got any other
other gem sets. Okay, don't tell me the Eye of the Tiger went to 200,000. You shot my dreams down again.
I ain't gonna lie, you're kind of ugly though.
Huh?
Kind of ugly.
What? The new ones or the Eye of the Tiger?
The new ones, like the new ones look fake.
They look.
There's one configuration that has like the mother of pearl subdials.
The mother of pearl subdials bang. The black mother of pearl subdials, right?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
That's the off catalog one, or that's
no, that's on the website.
It's the one that I was talking about with the diamond with the mother of pearl and a different color mother of pearl on the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, that's it.
That hits. Yeah, so when I was on the website, I'm like, oh shit, those are available. So yeah, I could afford that.
I like.
Thing is, like, are they gonna do a Le Mans and fucking you can't really get this shit?
Of course you're not gonna be able to get it, bro. If you wasn't able to get the first one, how we going to get the second one?
No, I'm saying, are they gonna do what they did with the Le Mans? How they had the Le Mans on the website, but then, you know, you talk to an AD and the communication is, oh, Rolex told us that this is like off catalog.
Every AD I spoke to told me even though it's on catalog, they were treating that like off catalog.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you had to. So just to clarify for those that don't know, when we talk about like off catalog, it's typically the watches that are not seen on the website or that comes in the book that you get when you visit the AD. Additionally, what qualifies it as off catalog is the client has to be submitted to Rolex for approval. So before you can sell the watch, you have to submit the client's information to Rolex for approval, and then Rolex says, okay, you can sell it to them. And that's what happens with off catalog watches. Can I
ask you a question from a guy that's a consumer? I have a consumer question. And I'm speaking for all the guys in the chat, right? I mean this.
I'm a consumer too.
I know, but I'm just saying. But you guys are in the world. You guys are in the world, though. It's a different. I mean it because look. Everybody knows I got watches. Everybody knows I got sneakers, right? I can answer questions. I can answer a Nike question because I've been around them for so goddamn long.
Right.
That I know the procedure. I know how long it takes to make a sample. I know what it is how to build the shoe with the lasting and how they use the same lasting for a Dunk as an Air Force and this and that. I can speak to my knowledge of that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm speaking to the pros about this. A guy like me, who's a little above a regular consumer, because I got a pretty decent collection, right? How does a guy like me get submitted to Rolex with the collection that I have? Does Does a bio have to be made for me?
Yes.
Does a letter have to be
Oh,
written?
Yeah. You
How does
submit.
that
So
process work? Just for the people so that they
that's
can,
part of it. That's
like,
definitely part of it.
how
But
does it work? And who says yes and who says no?
so it varies. Well, it's kind of the same process whether you work at a Rolex. I mean, the Bucharest situation hasn't really changed anything. So the way that it works is there's two approval processes, right? So like, let's say I'm submitting you as a client.
Right.
I would write a bio on you, saying all the Rolexes you own and have bought with us over the years.
Does it just have to be with you or what I own in general?
We could be what you own in general in regard to Rolex.
Got it.
I think it's best if I answer the question.
I'm sorry.
Only because no. I'm just saying. No. I'm not you. I'm just saying for all parties on this call, politically, I think it's best if I answer the question. And everyone knows what I mean by that.
I get it. I understand.
So where was I? So a bio's written for you, and we would put. What I would do is I would put all the Rolexes you own in that bio. And that's what Rolex cares about. But you also have to remember the authorized dealer has their own approval process.
Got it.
So what matters to the authorized dealer is essentially the extent of your business with the authorized dealer. So they're not going to put you in that light typically unless you already have a solid relationship with them. You understand what I'm saying?
So you got to crack.
So if you got
to crack 2 Da Vinci codes.
You really do. So like, let's say you got like 30 Rolexes. To Rolex, great. They're gonna approve you.
Right.
But an authorized dealer might not even put you up for that unless you have a good relationship with them. You know what I'm saying?
These damn authorized dealers. Yeah.
I mean, they got to make money too.
I get it. No, listen, I understand the process. I just wanted to. I actually didn't understand the process in full.
But also depends on what you're going for.
I've been to the point where I was told that my name has been submitted for something, and with the amount of beautiful pieces that I have, I got some nice pieces. I've never got that one.
So the thing is too, though, it's not usually like, from what I understand, and I don't know this for a fact, but those things they're handled at like a regional level. Mm-hmm. So essentially, someone from the brand is responsible for multiple locations, and when they say that, hey, I have this, do you have someone for it? I might put you up and you might be a great candidate, but there's another store in fucking Maine that puts someone else up, and on paper they look even better. And then the crown says, okay, that person.
So to the AD's crew, their profile is better than mine because that relationship was there for longer and more stuff was purchased there than outside of the overall general.
Yes, and then the next phase of it, you're up against other people regionally.
That's why I always lose. I get it. I just wanted a clear understanding of it because sometimes it's difficult. And again, my two ADs that I deal with, personal relationships. I am big. Anybody that knows me, I'm big on building relationships. I think I'm not the mayor of relationships. I'm the king of relationships. And the two ADs that I deal with, I actually genuinely love. I have love for them. They're amazing people. I'll do anything for them now. And, it's been that. I told you guys the story how the guy told me I couldn't get my Daytona that time, and I respected his decision, and then he wound up getting it for me. Like, the fact that he broke it down to me and told me why, you gain more respect for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the guy didn't want to tell me no, didn't know how to tell me no, but he had to tell me no.
It's hard.
The fact that I didn't flip and I understood it, it made our relationship even stronger to this day. And it got me more down the line.
And that's great. I'm glad you said that because I think a lot of people look at authorized dealers and they're like,
"Oh no, you guys are the devil to the normal consumer. You guys are the devil. It doesn't exist. Because getting a watch to a human being does not exist.
They don't understand the process.
I'm hated because I got a relationship. God forbid I tell a friend I can't help him. Holy shit! Oh no, you're the devil too. Yeah. You want to keep everything for yourself.
Think about it.
No, you're the devil. You guys, no, not you guys. Guys that ADs are devils, bro. Like, I'm trying to tell you, the shit is crazy.
I know but I'm just saying is
I
from
understand, but the normal consumer
I
does
know.
not
And
understand.
so I'm saying for those who are on
That's
this, that you know,
the reason I
always
asked these
curious.
questions. It's the reason I asked
No,
these questions.
it's a great question. I think this turned out to be really
Yeah.
good because you know people are getting some insight into stuff that they've never heard before. But I think it's, you know, for them to understand too that like from an authorized dealer perspective, you know, let's say if you got one location, that location sees 1,000 footsteps a day, 800 of them, not even, probably 900 of them, 950 are going to ask about Rolex, and everybody wants the same thing. So from an authorized dealer perspective, you're like, well, why don't you have anything to sell? Yo, everybody that comes in here wants the same thing you have, that you asking for. So how am I just supposed to sell it to you?
And this ain't Nike. They don't make 200,000 pair white on white.
It ain't Nike. Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but authorized dealer prioritize
look how weird it is.
That have history.
Look how weird it is. And Ben, look how weird it is, right? Right? We all talk. We all have relationships, right? You guys were there as a relationship. You guys watched me crack the Tiffany Patek code.
Yes.
I was on there talking. I knew it was coming. Pause. I was begging. I waited. I was walking into fucking Tiffany's on my knees. Like, yo, it was a running joke. I was walking there on my knees. Like, hey, I'm here. Finally, please. You know, before my birthday last year, I got a Tiffany Patek. I got a 5168. Yeah, I got a grenade with a Tiffany.
You got the green dial.
I got the grenade Tiffany stamp, right? So you figure I'm in, right? I probably won't get another one for another year and a half. It's okay. I got no problem waiting. So look, I cracked the Tiffany code, right? I got no shot at getting the denim unless somebody helps me. You would think that I already went to the next level, but now I got to come back to what would be considered the regular level, and I still can't get it.
Let me ask you a question. When are you gonna
imagine a person that doesn't? The shit is disgustingly annoying.
When are you gonna get a grand comp though?
I want to buy what I like. Wait, no. I want to buy what I like. I like certain movements. I enjoy movements. I also enjoy fly shit. If I told you I got into watches for movements in the beginning, I'd be lying to you. I got into watches because I was getting money and I wanted to be the first kid on the block with a gold Prezi and a Samara and everything else. And then I graduated. So you graduate to the 5168. I got the 5164R. You know what I'm saying? I got the Grenade non-chronos at 5168, correct?
Yeah.
I got a 5168G. I got the 5164R. Let me graduate to the 5968 movement that I like because I think it's best. I don't want to move to a grand complication yet because I'm not there yet. I might not get there till I'm 60.
What do you mean?
I'm not mad at it, bro. The shit is fire. It's just not me. It's not me.
All right.
So
I feel like you need a perpetual in your life.
I know, but it's almost like, yo, again, from the consumer perspective, it's almost being, you got to tell me, you're telling me I got to get this in order to get that. That shit is fucked up.
It's not though, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's not.
Yeah, tell me why. Tell them why.
I'm gonna tell
along with
everybody why. So, Patek Philippe makes 60,000 watches a year. That's it, total across all models, right? So we already know it's that big. The other thing that a lot of people don't consider that they should, it's a family-owned business. So let me ask you, if I own a family business and I make a variety of products and I got some people that just want the same product that everyone else wants, but I make other products, how would I view those customers from the perspective of someone who owns a family business? You're not really loyal. You're not really down with me. This is a family-owned business. I feed my kids with this business. So you should look at everything. And people that look at everything,
but I am down with you. But I am down with you because why? So my Nautiluses and my Aquanauts are the movements that I want to be at right now. I'm not saying I'm never going to get there, right? How many people bought?
So you know what? You're right. You're not wrong. You're right. The issue is
you guys are selling me on movements, but what if that movement ain't me right now?
The real issue is that the Nautilus and the Aquanaut got so hot, and that's all everybody wants. Because that was supposed to be the entry level watch.
Yeah, but that got hot because y'all destroyed the 59. Y'all took the 5980s and everything away from everybody else. So y'all take shit away, and then you want everybody to gravitate to what's next.
I'm not Terry
And then you like, oh no,
Stern. I didn't take
can't
nothing
get,
away.
you can't get that either. Huh?
No, I'm messing with you. I said I'm not Terry Stern. I didn't take nothing away.
No, I'm just saying, guys, in general. I'm talking to you guys like you guys are ADs.
No, I know.
Like when I go on my live, people talk to me about sneakers and they be like, yo, why did they do this? Why did they do that? I could almost answer it to a perspective because I have conversations with the upper, right?
Yes.
So I have those conversations so I can answer them. Yeah, I'm just.
No, it's true. And
I'm just eating all these chocolates so that if Ben thinks to come to my house, he should take it. Just for the record. But that's the reason I asked, and I know a lot of guys wasn't going to ask these questions. And Rolex makes a lot more watches, but the same problem with Rolex.
1.3 million.
Rolex makes millions of watches, correct?
That's correct.
Millions of watches. I don't know how much AP makes, but it's the same thing with every AD.
AP is like 40,000.
The AP is less.
Right? AP is much less. They're like around 40,000 units a year, give or take.
Well, shit, I got to apologize to my AP people. I be yelling at them like they trying to give me shit too. And they giving me a lot of stuff over the years.
Yeah,
I got to stop yelling at people. I got to turn a new leaf. I got to be nice.
You might have to just get a code.
Yeah, I'm way past the code, bro. I didn't did my time. I did my time with AP. They never sticking a code on me.
Ben, what were you gonna say?
I said he ain't buying that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't buying. Look, I got stuck buying. I got stuck buying a vampire. I did my bid with. AP.
Let me ask you. What did you think about the AP releases?
Huh?
What did you think about the AP releases? Because we didn't get to talk to you about that. So AP released a bunch of new watches like 3 weeks ago.
Again, John Mayer, I'm never gonna smell.
Yeah, what?
But you know what? Let me stop. That's not true. Wait. And Ben knows this is true. And you know this is true as well, Perry. I didn't speak to Rashad. You know this is true as well. I got offered the Travis Scott.
I know. Yeah, we talked about it.
I got offered the Travis Scott. Shout to everybody at AP on 57th Street. They offered me the Travis Scott. No cap, no lie. They offered it to me. I didn't like the way it looked. I want the black open work.
Yeah.
So my thing is, give me the black open work, which is less, which is not the end of the world to get. I'm sure they make them. I'm sure they have them. I don't know if they were changing the reference number on them, so they're making it a little, you got to wait a little bit. I wanted that. They thought they were doing the right thing by offering me the Travis Scott because I'm a big sneaker guy, so on and so forth. It correlates to my thing.
Yeah.
Two things, I didn't like it, and that's one, I didn't like it. Two is I can't afford a $201,000 watch. Right? I could afford the watch if I was going to sell it for $500,000. I could afford it. I could swipe my credit card for $200,000, sell it for $500,000. That's going to ruin my relationship with AP, which I don't.
You did the right thing.
A $300,000 flip is not going to change my life.
No, you did
respectfully,
the right thing.
And it's going to ruin my relationship. So I said no. I'll wait for the black open work, which still hasn't come.
But let me ask you: if they offered you the John Mayer, would you go for it?
The John Mayer was what, 160?
No, it's the same price. It's 200,000.
No, I can't. I got to turn it down. I can't afford it.
Yeah,
I can't afford. I'm not selling no watches to buy another watch. So I'm not doing it.
I feel you.
I'm not doing it. Like this is my. So for guys that are listening, that every AD that I've been in relationships with and I've spoken to, my pitch is I still have every single watch that I own. On any given day, FaceTime me. I will show you my watches. If I got to go to my safe deposit box and get them, because I don't keep nothing at home. If I got to go to my safe deposit box and go get them, I will show you my watches. I have everything that I've ever bought. I don't sell shit. Unless it's a dire emergency or somebody's dying or I got to pay for a funeral or my mother needs a lung that I can't afford, it's the only way I'm selling something.
Yeah.
Right? So that's my pitch to them to build a relationship. That's how I did it with AP.
No, and they love that.
And they put me to the test. I showed them everything I own. They called bluff. I showed them everything I own.
Let me ask you, was there anything else that you saw that they released that you liked?
I love that purple Royal Oak, the offshore. That's only the chrono like this. That's only available in the UAE, the purple one. Or
is
Japan,
that the one? Is that the one with the amethyst bezel?
Yeah, and it comes with a strap as well. I'm in love with that watch.
You could get that in the States.
No, if you look on the States website, it's there, but it's not available in the States. It's like the burgundy one is only available in UAE.
I think there might be two of them.
There's
one that comes in the purple box with a purple strap.
It comes with a purple strap, and then there's a purple dot.
But it's a frosted white gold one with a purple dot.
I don't want the frosted white gold. I want the one that's regular.
One is the one you could get here, I think.
I can't afford that either. That's over my price range.
The joint that you talking about, that's burgundy, that's in the UAE, it's a burgundy Arabic dial. It's a 34 millimeter.
No, this This one's bigger. Pause. Nah, this one's a regular size like the other one. I saw it. I saw it in person. But you know, it kills me because if my price range, you know, to when I save up to buy watches, the 1 or 2 watches that I try to get a year that are astronomical, that I save my money for, you know, if it's in the $90,000. So now you telling me I can't get a black open work. So my second choice is this purple watch is fire, right? And this is how I told Patek. I said, yo, because I remember with Patek, I didn't want the grenade. I wanted a different color, right? So I said, but then I saw the grenade and I'm like, yo, this is fire. And they was like, well, why would you jump to this one so fast if you just love the other one? I said, yo, you ever walk into a nightclub, have 2 drinks, and look at one chick and you look at the other chick and the other chick look that much better? My girl is on here right now. She's gonna kill me. But like, if I see a chick that look better than another chick, I'm gonna go this way. Like, and that's what happened that day. I saw a watch that I fell in love with. So it's the same thing with AP. If I can't get the black open work, this purple shit is fucking fire. I don't own a purple watch. This shit is fire. And I've been offered 2 monsters by AP, and I turned them down because I couldn't afford it. I turned down the Black Panther because I couldn't afford it at the time, and I turned down the Travis Scott.
I mean, I'll tell you this though. We have a decent relationship with them, and they're gonna keep offering you stuff. You know, I think AP is one of those brands.
I had a great relationship with AP.
And that's what I'm saying.
I hang out there.
I know.
I hang out there.
I'm saying for the people that are listening, like when you're in a position like that, when you know some of these brands that offer you like highly coveted pieces and you turn it down, they actually respect that because they know how easy it is to take the watch and to flip it and make some money.
Now look,
but the fact that you're like, no, I'm not going to do that to you.
From a consumer perspective, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just know that they want to hear the consumer part. From a consumer perspective, I thought they were going to be pissed that I turned it down.
Yeah, no.
I thought my relationship was over that I turned it down. I was trying to figure out how to pay for this watch and keep it even though I don't want it. I swear, I thought they were going to get mad. I thought they were going to be pissed, bro. And it wasn't.
There's always somebody
they
got have for it.
They got somebody.
That's what when they sat me down and told me that there's your mail. This shit sells itself. Don't worry about it. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
But I thought they were gonna get mad at me because I turned it down.
No, I mean, I would be willing to bet honestly that the black ceramic comes your way. I think if you turn down pieces like that and you stay consistent, like, yo, this is what I want, they're gonna remember that. And when they're able to make it happen, you'll get that phone call.
Oh no, they did it. They did it for me with the 50th anniversary in Greendale.
See?
I was supposed to get it for my birthday. It didn't come on my birthday. It wound up coming like November.
Yeah.
And you know, in the interim, my girl Myra called me and was like, yo, you want this music edition? So she had the music edition of one of 250. I actually liked the watch, so I bought it. So I bought the music edition. I'm like, is this going to hurt my chances for my 50th anniversary? She was like, no, it's not. Not at all. I promise you. Like, we called you for this. You didn't ask us for this. We called you for this because we thought you would like it. And I appreciate phone calls like that.
Yeah.
So I was in my feelings with the Travis Scott. I'm like, yo, I don't want this. Offer me something I want. Like, I was in my feelings, bro. Like, in my feelings. I was in there in my feelings. And this girl's looking at me like, I know she wanted to tell me to go fuck myself so bad. She was like, and then I said, yo, this is over. I done fucked this up. I got mad. I didn't get disrespectful. I just, in a professional, articulate manner, I was disappointed. And I thought it was going to hurt my chances. And it wound up making our relationship stronger.
Yeah, because she knew that it's better to turn it down than to take it and sell it.
I would never sell it. I would not ruin my relationship.
And, yeah, AP is like,
as long as I'm still into watches, there's not an amount of money right now that's going to make me sell a watch.
You could get away with that with Rolex and to some degree even Patek, but AP they don't mess around. They're like the CIA with it. Like they will find out.
No, they told me they know who sold one of the watches that were in New York already.
Of course, they always know.
I mean, if you only drop 3 of them in New York, you know it's 1 of 3 people. But like they told me they knew. I'm like, I don't want no parts of that shit.
Yeah. No, we don't want that kind of smoke.
But yeah, I definitely, from a consumer perspective, I thought that me turning down that watch fucked up my relationship, but it didn't. It made it stronger.
Yeah.
Because they understood where I was coming from, and I didn't know the process. You know, they had to break it down to me. They had to let me know, we them motherfuckers. We could. This watch is gone in 2 seconds. Don't worry about it.
So the last time I was with the guys recording, we actually talked about the new releases, but we hadn't seen it yet. And I actually did visit AP House a few weeks ago, and I got to see it.
Shout to Yoni.
Yeah, shout to Yoni. Yoni's the homie. Yoni's on the next episode.
I've known Yoni since he was a kid.
Yeah, he's on the next episode. Yoni, that's my guy.
I used to give Yoni Yeezys when he was a kid.
Oh, word?
He was
Yeezy
never into watches. He was a kid. I'm talking about a kid. I used to,
Yeah, Yoni's like
I used
a
to give
super New York
him
native.
shoes. Now he's the big dog and he don't give me shit.
he's gonna watch us tomorrow.
I love Yoni. I love
Nah,
Yoni's my guy. I love
Yoni's
Yoni.
the best.
I literally watched Yoni go from a kid to doing what he does. But you know,
and he's done an amazing job.
He broke it down to
Material
me.
Good
He said, "Yo, you're in good hands. You have a rep and the boss in the building who both love you.
Yeah,
you're good. You're in good hands."
Yeah, listen, it's from the 80 perspective. You know, from your perspective, it's building a relationship. From the 80 perspective, they got a lot of relationships to manage, and so you're gonna get the call. But you know that already. But since the last time we were together, I did get to see the Sand Gold Ben.
You saw it in person?
I saw it in person.
Fire.
I posted images of it. You can see it on my Instagram page. It's hot. You know what's
does
funny?
Does it look like white gold or no? Or does it have a different color?
It
like
depends,
white gold,
probably.
No, somebody told me it looks white gold in a certain light. It looks white gold.
In certain light. So it depends on the light. So like there are areas like when I was in the shade, it had like a very reddish kind of hue to it. And then when I was like under direct light, it does look like white gold. What's interesting though is in certain variations of light, it has almost like a what do you call it? Like an ombre kind of effect. Like you can actually see on like the bezel, it'll go from white to like different shades of red, which is kind of cool.
That's fly.
It is. It's nice.
I know one of the Ben don't like it.
Nah, he also doesn't like the John Mayer.
Yo, Ben.
I tell you what though.
Ben is the mad rapper.
Yo, that offshore that you like,
the gray one.
It's not gray. The dollar's blue.
Oh.
The dollar's blue.
Good. No good.
You see, they always been these fucking blue dials for the U.S. Yeah. We used to go crazy for blue dials. We're tired of blue dials.
No good.
That's why when you said it, I was like, "What do you mean? I don't remember no gray."
It looks gray in the photos.
Nah, it's blue dog.
Nah, blue dog. No good. No good.
It's a blue dog. But I would say, out of all the new watches that were released in the last 2 months from all these brands, AP hands down best releases.
What do you guys think of the John Mayer?
I love it. I think it's great. I haven't seen it in person.
Well, I know the guy in the bottom right hand corner don't like it because he don't like nothing.
Yeah, no, he doesn't like it.
Look at him.
I don't
even know what to say.
Want to come off and sound like that guy that was like, "Oh, I'm so hard to impress."
No,
that
you're
shit
not.
Was just so,
you're not. No. We have real conversations. You like a lot of fly shit. I'd be shocked at some of the things you don't like sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
Who didn't see that fucking watch coming? Why you gotta put John Mayer's like you, John Mayer? John Mayer.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You could have came up.
I thought
with anything so
I
much
thought
better.
anything John Mayer would be ceramic. How about that? I didn't think it was gonna be white gold.
Yo, why is it a Tuscan dial perpetual? AP could have done that shit in their sleep, bro. What the fuck you talking about? Tuscan dial perpetual? You telling me you wasn't gonna do that anyway? That's a cop out. Some John Mayer shit should have been some like. He should have busted out a millinery. He should have done a fucking Star Wheel Royal Oak. He should have done a fucking minute repeating something. He should have done something absurd.
You think John Mayer designed that watch, or John Mayer sat down with a designer?
I think John Mayer sat down. I think AP, the same way that they went up to Travis. So after this whole Travis Scott came out, I started looking at a bunch of old Travis Scott Instagram posts and a bunch of old Travis Scott videos. He's been wearing nothing but AP for like 2.5, almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been no light shit. It's been frosted gold. It's been open work. It's been rainbow bezels. It's been tons of ceramic. Mm-hmm. I found a photo of him wearing a old school end of days AP in carbon. So he's obviously been doing some research. So when the time came and they were like, "Yo, we gonna give you a watch," he said, "Oh, I like this skeleton perpetual shit. Let's do it in brown ceramic." So John Mayer being who he is and the extensive knowledge he has on watches from being like a quote unquote real watch guy and all this wild shit that he likes and he's into and that he's seen, I'm sure he's seen more than the average Joe has when it comes to these watches, especially because he's been collecting for so long, but he also has such an inside scoop. He's been to all the museums, he knows all the CEOs, he's seen all the archives. You mean to tell me the John Mayer, the actual John Mayer watch is a fucking Tuscan dial perpetual? That is a cop-out. That's like on page 1 of the AP archive. That's what the fuck you went with? That shit, bro.
Maybe he decided to do it for
I'm
nostalgic. And I
disappointed.
hate using
I'm
that term. Maybe he
disappointed
did it for
because I
nostalgic.
expect
Maybe he did it for
I
nostalgic
expect better
value.
from him. I expect better from him. That's why I'm disappointed. Not
I
even
feel
because
like,
the watch is trash. I just expect better from him.
well, I think it's early, and I think with the new position he has with AP, this creative conduit, you're gonna see some interesting stuff. I'm willing to bet because apparently I think the rumor is too that the movement for this particular model is being discontinued. So I think there was motivation for him to do it there, in terms of his choice for dial design and color. I can't speak for that. But if the rumor is true, I get him wanting to do the perpetual. But also, I think too, like, it's kind of, I'm optimistic in the sense that, like, if that's your first piece, all right, boom, we got that out the way, right? Like, Royal Oak, perpetual, Tuscan dial, your name on it, boom, we got that out the way. What's next? And giving his background and his track record and his collection, I'm willing to bet you see some interesting stuff. But again, I don't know John Mayer for owning any like interesting. I don't want to say interesting, but like any like. I don't know if owning anything in AP other than a Royal Oak. Does he own Millionaires? John Schaefer,
But that's exactly
stuff like that.
why you would think he would do something like that. Because maybe he was like, "Yo, I like this case shape. I
But what
don't
what
like
if but what if
any
he's just a
dials."
Royal Oak guy, which
Then
most people are.
you can't call him.
So then
I
why
don't think
guys like me are supposed to be forced to buy complications that I can't afford if I'm just a Nautilus and a what you call
you can't call him an AP collector if he's
So
just
now
buying Royal Oaks.
that was my next.
It's a
Again, I gotta ask these
fair
questions.
point.
I gotta ask these questions from a keep it simple stupid because I'm not as knowledgeable as you guys when it
Someone
comes to
said
this.
Order Mayor. I like
Now
that. You might have to change your handle.
we got the mayor back. We got the mayor back. I'm gonna drive Perry around in the mayor back when we go get this
Yeah,
when we
the
go get
mayor
this watch. Well, so now my whole thing is, so now if this is what he does, so then why is he bestowed this title of this creative director thing or so on and so forth? Now, if you're telling me that he went with this watch, this Tuscan thing that he did because of nostalgic value, and I know guys that created at Nike for nostalgic value. I hate that word. Like, I collect shoes for nostalgic value, even though I know they're gonna break up on me. Now I want to wear this shit, so I don't want the shit to break on me. You know what I'm saying? So now you give him this title, right? And then he had this Rolex collection, and then he has this, and then he has that, right? So then is he just there because he's famous? Because he's a famous watch guy? Like Sylvester Stallone has an amazing watch collection. Why not Sylvester Stallone be the guy for this job? Or Mark Wahlberg, who gets every fucking thing in their mother twice over.
I think John Mayer is selected for the specific reason on how he's been positioned in the watch community. And when you think about like what Hodinkee has done for watch media and watch culture, you can always trace it back to when Ben Clymer sat with John Mayer and did Talking Watches. Like those two episodes that they did together really are responsible for why things have kind of become what they are today. Like that's like a huge pivotal point in terms of like watch media being more expansive and appealing to a wider audience. And when you think about AP, you think about AP being a brand that wants to appeal to a very wide audience. And so I get the connection
They
there.
definitely do. They definitely appeal to a wide audience. That's for sure.
I think get the connection there, and I think it makes sense for those reasons. I personally would be surprised if all we see from this is a bunch of Royal Oaks from John Mayer. Just because I don't know him for collecting any other stuff doesn't mean he doesn't have it.
Ben is going to go on a rant if that's all John Mayer.
But Ben made a good point the other day, right? The John Mayer Daytona. Have we ever even seen him wear that? We know he owns it. I can't find a picture of him wearing that. You know what I'm saying? Now he has all this other interesting stuff.
He must have worn it if they named it the John Mayer.
Yo, you know what I just remember? This motherfucker sold that watch. He don't have it no more.
Oh, shit.
There was a whole thing going around on Twitter that he sold that watch. I don't remember that.
John Mayer
Mayer personally tweeted that he sold his watch.
How about this Mayer still got his? I still got my Mayer.
gonna have to change it to the Mayor Daytona. I think that's
Yo,
it.
Google that. Google, when we get off this live, I just remember he sold the watch. He admitted to selling the watch on Twitter. It was a
Why would
big
he
thing a
sell
while
it?
ago.
That's weird.
I'm a,
Why?
That's crazy. See, that's too deep for me. I just wanted to get into like I said, from this side of the fence, like, and having a relationship with you guys. I just want to be able to pick your brain with stuff like this, on stuff that, if you're not going to read every single question in the comment and ask every single question. So
No.
I said, you know what? Let me come on here and just let me beg for my watches. Let me tell you what I liked and what I didn't.
So someone asked another
Let's
question.
turn this shit into a whole nother episode of Wristcheck podcast.
And then we got to get out of here soon. Yeah. But someone asked another question. The Rolex 1908 biting off Atelier when? Hype. I'm going to say no.
I like the first 1908 they dropped. Remember, I remember talking to y'all about that before. So the 1908 reminds me, and I don't know if this is a watch for real. Paid in Full, right? The movie Paid in Full. That's your crew, right? When homeboy that's playing AZ, when he's like, oh, you got a Rolex, you shining. It's a thin Rolex with a leather strap.
Yeah, it's probably a Cellini.
It's probably a Cellini back then. So right there, I have an old Cellini. So so now the 1908 reminds me of that, and that's the only reason I wanted the 1908, because it took me back to that. That's a nostalgic thing for me, but I wanted that watch just for that.
I think it's a cool watch. I still haven't seen any of them in person. I thought we talked about this earlier too before you came on, the Guilloche dial.
That's that really, new dial
nice.
They posted.
Yeah, they call it
Guilloche. That shit is
what
fly.
do they call it, Ben? The rice
grain.
Rice grain. Yeah, no. There's a bad joke in there somewhere.
I was gonna say it and I just stopped myself.
But someone asked, are they biting off Atelier when hype? To answer that question, and we had Robin from Atelier when on the show, one of the founders and CEOs of the company. Cool Chinese made watch company where they're banging out Guilloche dials on rose machines by hand. But no, because they didn't invent Guilloche dials, I don't see them biting off of Atelier when. Also, I very much doubt Rolex. I wouldn't put Rolex and biting in the same sentence if you're saying that they're the ones doing it. I don't think Rolex bites off of anybody. I think people bite off of Rolex. Everyone looks to Rolex for what they're doing.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna say
that's a dope Instagram handle. T-shirts and watches. Somebody got an Instagram handle that says T-shirts and watches. That's fly. I like that. That's fly.
Before we go, man, do you have anything else you want to ask that you think maybe the people might want to know?
The people want you to help me get this denim 5980 because I deserve it for the culture.
Respect.
Everybody in the chat, put up fire signs right now. If you want me to own this denim 5980, that has to happen, because I did this 7 years ago. 8 years ago.
Oh, been through.
Let me get some fire signs. You guys don't want me to live? Come on, y'all. I need me to live. There you go. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I need. That's what I want. I can't wait. I can't wait to chauffeur you and the mayor back.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm digging this. I mean, I'm.
Oh no, we got a whole episode.
Yeah, we're gonna make this happen.
I got new pillows for you. I got Poland Spring. I mean, I got Fiji water. I got Fiji water in the refrigerator for you already. I got it all right there in the car waiting for you.
My man.
You know what I'm saying? So, but listen,
Mayor,
I appreciate you guys for having me, man. Thank you for letting me come on the chat, and let me chime in with y'all. I always enjoy talking to you guys. I actually got personal relationships with you guys, and I enjoy talking to y'all. Doing your podcast is one of the coolest things that I've done, because I'm big on relationships, and I wind up building a real relationship with all of y'all. And that shit means a lot to me, because I don't like talking to people. And you wouldn't know that from the amount of times that I call all of y'all. So, and by the way, I saw the Nori episode. Your mayor impression is pretty good.
Yeah,
it was
pretty good.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
I said it was good.
That was kind of cool.
It was good.
That was cool. I forgive you. I'll wait till I see you in person. Sorry, you cool. But listen, guys, I appreciate you for having me on. Thank you, man. Like, it's really an honor to talk to y'all, and I get so much knowledge from y'all too. Because with loving watches, I love watches for not a lot of the reasons that we all have different reasons for loving watches. Being fly, being fresh. Some people love them for movement. Some people love them for looks. Some people love them for gaining financial wealth, adding to your financial profile. And, all of the above is dope. And I appreciate you guys for having me on. Thanks.
Thanks, my man. We appreciate you.
Later, y'all.
Later, guys. This has been another episode of Wristcheck Pod. Appreciate you all. Have a good night.
Deuces.